the streamer Destiny's in the spot of trouble because one of his former ex flings, one of his former friends, whatever, within that little community he has called Pixie, has alleged that he has been doing some revenge porn, which is essentially sharing footage of, I guess, them together, her alone, that she sent directly to him only, for his eyes only, to other people, which classifies as revenge porn. She wrote a extensive Substack about it and why she's deciding to press charges against Destiny, the live streamer, political commentator guy. And I'm going to read that Substack to you now and some other bits and pieces tied to this. But it is kind of crazy to see that the downfall of Destiny is coming by this route, because he is one of those, even though he's a bit of a freak ball, he's also one of those guys that you would deem to be like a male feminist. He does talk a lot about, being an ally in that regards. He does try, it seems like on the face of it, create a safe space for like girls to come on his streams and debate and do panel discussions and shit. But it seems like, from what people are saying, that he only does these type of things as a front to recruit girls, because essentially they're saying a lot of the girls that he's had on these shows or these live streams, he's then eventually ended up fucking, which is definitely a big conflict of interest. You don't want to be mixing those two things together, especially if you're an actual professional streamer, an actual professional content creator. He's always been into some weird shit, or freaky shit. There was a video that went viral of him on social media where allegedly he was, giving some man fellatio or something. I never saw the clip itself, but I remember that going around. He's been known to have open relationships with his wife and stuff, or girlfriend at the time he was with, maybe wife, I'm not too sure. So that's very well documented. I think he's been very vocal about being bisexual and being into that sort of shit. So that's been something that's been a huge part of his content, or been a part of his identity online at least. But I always imagined he was quite on point with kind of keeping that to the side. This is what I do in private. This is what I do when I'm out of streaming. But when I'm in streaming mode, when I'm talking about politics, I'm talking about society things, cultural things, this is what I'm about. But it seems like he couldn't keep those two things separate. So I'm wondering, is this a consequence of him being freak and him being a weirdo, or is this just him blurring the lines too much and along the way losing his way? I don't know. Either way, the allegations are pretty crazy. So let's read the allegation here, courtesy of Pixie via Substack. I'll be suing Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II. She's his whole fucking government name there. Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II. So she says here, I'll be suing Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II. On November 29th, I learned that the streamer Destiny had non-consensually shared pornographic content of me online. My dignity, peace of mind, and hopes for the future were stripped away in a mere matter of seconds following the betrayal of someone I previously trusted. So essentially they're saying, from what I've been able to read online, that the person that Destiny sent the pictures of this girl to was another fellow streamer, some 19-year-old that he was also trying to smash. And that 19-year-old apparently got hacked. And then they found those images and leaked them. Allegedly that's what happened. So it's obviously crazy. You should never send video clips or whatever that you've recorded with somebody with permission, that they trust you, and send other people. That's insane. But it's also kind of wild how it came about. It wasn't even like he put them out himself. Somebody hacked that girl and then found those DMs, I guess, or files by accident, I guess. I'm at least the third person he has done this to, which is also crazy. I hope to be the last. I will not be commenting on the experience of the other women he has hurt, as it's not my place or story to tell. I will, however, share my story in the hopes of preventing this from occurring ever again. I have known Destiny for around 5 to 6 years now, and often find myself in heavy disagreement with him. Despite this, I do my best to see the best sides of all people, try my hardest to spread positivity and create understanding where I can. It's corny, but I want to meet people where they are and focus on which ways we can build bridges together towards a better future for everyone. Some people call this a fault of mine. They claim I'm naive and should be more careful. Those people are right. No, for sure. Because from what it sounds like in this paragraph, it sounds like she's saying the warning signs were there from Destiny before. It sounds like she knew that there was something wrong, there was something remiss, there was something a bit dodgy about the dude, but she just trusted him anyway because she wants to give people a chance. You should never do that. I don't think women have the ability or have the women don't have the ability or have the women shouldn't be required to give people the benefit of the doubt. You just shouldn't, because it's too dangerous, it's too costly. You can't give somebody a benefit of the doubt, especially if your gut is telling you to run. If it's telling you to run, run. If you find out later you made a mistake, cool, you made a mistake. But in that moment, always trust your intuition, always trust your gut. Run. Avoid, if you can, because 9 times out of 10, you're usually right. And women usually have better discernment, better kind of gut feeling than men do. It continues. When I was 19, over 5 years ago, I was extremely sexually inexperienced and sheltered. Being severely terrified of leading someone on or SA, I thought I could trust Destiny, who I had multiple long conversations with regarding consent and boundaries. See? Always those type of bulls. Always those type of bulls who are like super pro consent and super about talking these type of things, and again, talking very loudly about all these type of topics and making it known how different they are to regular dudes, who are the ones who are the freakiest, who are the ones who are the most weird, with a capital fucking W. It always is the case. So you can imagine my surprise when I discover that he had distributed pornographic content of me without my consent. Yes, you read that right. Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II sent pornographic content of me to a random 19-year-old e-girl Discord kitten whom he had never met before, and then she published it to the whole world. She, rest assured, despite never having met her, he at least spoke to her plenty of times on the phone. So, okay, so the girl wasn't hacked, my bad. I thought she got hacked. So Destiny sends the pornographic content to this 19-year-old. I'm assuming he sent it to her in the hopes that she would get, you know, horny from it so he can fuck her too, maybe. I don't know. But he sent it to her and then she leaked it to everybody. Crazy. Of course, this is what he says happened. I think it's just as likely that he used her as a proxy to widely distribute his material while claiming deniability. I don't think that's the case. I don't think he sent it to her hoping she'd release it. I think he sent it to her to, in a classic kind of boy brain way, thinking that she was going to get off on it, when really it doesn't. I don't think it works that way. It might work that way for girls. Maybe if a girl sends you a video of herself fucking some random person or a pornographic clip of herself, it might get you off. But that's why I never understood dick pics. I've never understood the utility or the use or the validity of a dick pic. It seems very odd. It seems like the only thing that would work in like the gay scene. It wouldn't really work in a heterosexual relationship, because I feel like if a girl sends you a picture of her, you know, of her breast while she's wearing a t-shirt, you're gonna get off on that. But I don't think it goes the same way if you send a picture of your six-pack to a girl. I don't think it works the same way. So I think most likely he did try to send her these pictures hoping that it would get her happy, and instead she decided to press share and send it to social media. And now he's being sued. And now most likely, you know, all his career's over. But hey, what can you do? I don't understand why Destiny would knowingly and willingly put me in a position where I would receive non-stop sexual abuse and harassment. If we believe him, he was trying to impress the barely legal teenager using my body and my privacy, which is also super gross, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. If we believe him, he was trying to impress a barely legal teenager using my body and my privacy. Good point. The betrayal, coupled with the hundreds of messages I've received filled with sexual harassment and abuse, have left me feeling hopeless and devoid of almost all happiness. The only thing that has kept me going is the hope that I can bring this man to justice. I have him face legal consequences for his actions. For the past month, I've been speaking to lawyers about my situation and what to do, and I've decided that this is the best course of action. I'll be suing him for violating US Federal Code 15 USC 685(1), civil action relating to the disclosure of intimate images for public or private facts in Florida. I'll be seeking emotional and punitive damages for his actions. Wow. She's gonna take him to the fucking cleaners. God damn. I wonder how he's gonna plead. Is he gonna plead guilty? Is he gonna plead not guilty? What's his defense gonna be in this? Is he gonna plead that this was a hack? This wasn't him? This was sent privately to one person? Is there a loophole they're gonna be able to find in terms of disseminating revenge porn? Because this seems to be quite an easy case to kind of win, to be fair. It sounds like she was done dirty. It sounds like the perpetrator, we all know who he was. You know? I don't know, man. I have been told that the court case like this could potentially cost over tens of thousands of dollars, sorry. I'm terrified. I mean, this guy talks about potentially suing Hassan as if for fun. And Hassan actually has the resources to defend himself. I could not imagine what he might try to do with me in this process. Sometimes I wonder if he does this as an intimidation tactic. I wonder if he's purposely trying to put fear into my heart when he casually talks about throwing money into a lawsuit with a multi-millionaire who can fight back, as if an indirect flaunt or warning over his capability of outspending me in whatever legal case I throw at him. At the request of my friends, I have been encouraged to link my Give Send Go regarding the case here in hopes that we can raise enough money for me to legally succeed. There's a Give Send Give. Let's see, has she reached her limit or her target? I bet she has, right? Because a lot of people don't like Destiny, so I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be backing her. Oh, it's great. She's raised quite a lot of money there. Wow. Okay, she's raised a pretty decent amount. She's trying to raise 130,000 and she's already raised 46,000. That's a pretty decent amount, all things intended, to be fair. Not still at halfway, but still, given the niche of this kind of lawsuit and who's involved, I think that's a decent amount raised so far. So congrats to her in that regard. We continue. Whoever the next Joe Rogan of the left is cannot be someone that crosses sexual boundaries, violates consent, and puts women's well-being and safety at risk. That's a good point, by the way. I never understood why he was labeled that anyway, to be fair, because he's not that likable. And you have to also give Joe Rogan credit. Now she mentions it. Give Joe Rogan some credit. Yes, he's turned into an unbearable, annoying, fucking conspiracy-laden, whatever boomer that believes fucking shit he sees on Facebook. Annoying. That proper shields for Trump and shit. But you have to give Rogan credit for the amount of for how rich he is, for how successful he is, how famous he is. He's very much avoided any type of scandal involved in women. He's not, you never hear his name linked with anything apart from when Brendan fucking did that. Brendan Schaub did that fucking inadvertently, put it out there that he knows a lot of bald guys that fucking shit. No one really has heard anything about Rogan being, an adulterer, being somebody that's out here hitting up fucking IG baddies and trying to fuck fucking ring card girls or UFC fight. You don't hear jack shit. Zero. Yes, you might hear him on a podcast being overly flirty with like a female guest and shit, which is natural, I guess, sometimes when he has so many men on that show. But you don't hear anything untoward, anything sus with him. So you have to give the guy credit for keeping his nose pretty squeaky clean and just being about business. Just being about business, putting people on, no matter what their gender is, and being respectful. Because it seems like most of these guys, when they get a little bit of fame, a little bit of clout in Destiny's case, they go fucking crazy, He seems to have maybe more of a female audience than most streamers because he kind of leans more to the left. So that might make sense, but I don't think you should take advantage of that. Just because you have some female fans, just because you have some female fucking sycophants or whatever, or groupies or stans, you shouldn't go out of your way to try and fuck them. And you really don't, if you do fuck them and it's consensual, you probably shouldn't, disseminate, and share some images that they sent you privately to enjoy. You probably shouldn't do that. You probably should avoid having sexual relations with them anyway. But if you're going to do it in a respectful manner, at least, and go from there, because this seems to be kind of heartbreaking. Because I haven't seen none of the things that she allegedly, was put out about her. But I can only imagine how crazy that must have been to see like yourself spread across social media, with images that you thought were going to somebody that you trusted. You know what I mean? That must be fucking crazy. It must be such a betrayal of trust and shit. It continues. It cannot be someone who puts women in positions that they will be sexually abused and harassed. It concerns me that Destiny has been interviewing potential DNC chair candidates such as Marianne Williamson and Marion O'Malley, who have no idea what he's done. As time passes, he tries to position himself to have interviews with increasingly powerful figures such as Zelensky. I can't help but be filled with fear that Destiny might continue to succeed despite facing no repercussions for his actions. If the Democratic Party wishes to succeed in the future, it cannot be a party that accepts the sexual exploitation of women. It cannot be a party that allows men like Destiny to break into the mainstream, for allowing him to access to such spaces would be direct endorsement of his behavior. I agree with what she's saying, but unfortunately much of media, much of these public people is built on people who are into the stuff that Destiny's into. Abusers, pieces of shit, weirdos, So I get what she's saying. It would be great to live in a world like that. But I think some of the most successful, powerful, richest people in the world have done the type of things that Destiny has done, if not worse, and gotten away with it. Hoping he doesn't get away with it with this regard, but it does happen. It does happen. Whole industry's built on it, to be fair. I've been told that the payout might not be worth the harassment and the attention I'll receive. In an ideal world, I would do this privately, but I've been told that there is no realistic way the court will grant me anonymity. This means my only option is to go public. I have been told by a variety of people not to go public. I have been told by some people that Stephen really does feel sorry. As if that changes anything. I really am sorry, you know. Bruv, you spread fucking images of me that I gave you privately and you're really sorry. That doesn't change things, bro. You know what I mean? Get fucking sued. But I'm not inclined to believe them, especially taking into consideration his actions regarding me. Regardless, what Destiny did is unacceptable, and I believe he will do this again unless he faces justice. Let me be clear. Destiny has violated federal law in his transgression against me. He has violated my consent and is directly responsible for the sexual abuse I have received. I am terrified. Evidence log. Okay. So, Destiny's in big blood clot trouble, which again, to me, in my opinion, isn't that surprising, considering some of the things you've maybe heard about this person in the past. Well, it seems that other people are coming out. This is courtesy of the Surfs TV, and this says the caption, another woman has come out accusing Destiny of recording them having sex without her consent. This is probably worse, you know. Yes, revenge porn is bad, but this is probably worse. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably worse. And this is like, fucking hell, like, if this guy's career doesn't die because of this, then you know white privilege is real. Because can you imagine if a black content creator was accused of filming himself having sex with girls and not without their consent, and they got put out there? Could you imagine how that person's career would be completely over? So if this guy survives this, then you know black privilege is fucking real. No, I mean white privilege is real. Maybe flipping even LGBTQ privilege is real, because he's kind of, you know, he's on that kind of spectrum when it comes to being bi and shit and being into stuff that he's into in terms of being polyamorous. But let's read the allegation. This is courtesy of a girl called Sherry. It's Cherry via Twitter. This is the allegation. Destiny has blocked me and banned me, and people supported me from this community. I have not done anything besides ask him for an explanation, as I was assured this was something he didn't do to me. When I wasn't given one privately, I spoke publicly. I am not involved in any lawsuit or coordinating with anyone seeking justice due to the leaks in November, though they have had my empathy and support in their efforts. It is only yesterday I became aware that Destiny had recorded me while we had sex without my consent, and with no regard for me, also shared that recording with others. 2 women now have let me know that they have received sexual recordings taken of me in September 2023 without my consent. I thank them so much for their concern for me. No amount of public humiliation will ever make me regret being made aware of what was done for me, or done to me, sorry. I'll be filing a police report and pressing charges. Jesus Christ. By the way, big up to the girls that reached out to her, because that's the only way she would have found out. Big up to the girls who received those images as, I guess, some sort of way to kind of, you know, seduce them, that reached out to her and said, hey, this fucking creep, I think, sent me a clip of you. Just so you know. This is fucking good to see, because God almighty, bro. Destiny's out here having, for some, in my opinion, I think it's a miracle. I think it's a miracle that this guy even has sex in the first place, right? So Destiny's having sex with these consenting adult women who, for the most part, you know, if you're into those type of girls, are quite attracted themselves. And instead of just being grateful that's happening, instead of being grateful that consenting adult women are allowing you to lie on top of them, looking the way that he does, sounding the way that he does, being built the way that he is, right? Have you seen Destiny fucking topless? Have you seen that picture of Destiny topless? He looks legitimately like he can't do a single push-up. Like, he looks like a fucking mess. Let's see if I can find it. Oops. We don't want to see that. Okay, let's just continue. I typed in Destiny topless and I saw some images that I don't know why those images came up on my on my Google. But let's just continue. Let me tell you that he doesn't look the best. Let's continue. Yo, big up Google, man. God almighty. I didn't know Google showed those type of things on the images, but anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, this is pretty wild. Let's just move on. This is pretty wild allegations. And then we got another one here, courtesy of the Surfs, that features a chat log. I'm guessing this is on Discord, and it shows Destiny isn't taking any responsibility despite multiple women coming forward. So this is some chat logs from Destiny, where he says the following. Let me see, where does it start from? It starts from the bottom, doesn't it, right? Yeah. He says here, I have never done anything malicious or as any of the fucking insane whatever Lav M rapist or Jew stalker allegations say. That's fucking R-worded. My only crime is being too much of a gooner in 2023 and earlier. 100% sure. Though again, I can't say anything specifically because everyone wants to come at me in court now, I guess. So he's attributing this to being a gooner, to being too much like into porn and shit. Like, come on, bro. People are into porn, but they're not out here fucking sending illicit images of themselves fucking to other people and shit. No, that's not an excuse, bro. That's not an excuse. There's a huge revenge porn angle for sure, but that's from a guy who dumped everything publicly. Anyone saying anything different is actually R-worded. But how can you say that there's an angle when you actually did what they said you did? That's not an angle. You did share those images of that girl to someone that wasn't that girl. That's revenge porn. Destiny again. Anyway, I dumped all of the Israel vids to August so that they finally get uploaded again. Pixie and the people behind her just want money, so there's no point in going after the hacker. He's probably some broke loser anyway, so they aren't even mentioning him. So he's still going with the thing that the hacker got it, when that girl's alleging that girl shared it herself. In fact, it's actually super epic and hilarious when vids of guys get leaked, or when you tweet out random sexual details like 15 to especially to own them publicly. Anyway, like I said before, I've definitely made mistakes and fucked up. All I can do is promise that I'll do better and change behavior going forward. I'll figure out and settle what needs to be settled in the background. If it's too much, then leave. It's not, then welcome to 2025. Yo, man, this kind of flipping, arrogant, I can't be touched attitude that he has is weird, isn't it? Especially considering the allegations that have been lobbied against him. Why does he have this level of ego? If anything, I feel like sometimes people like this, they encourage people to kind of fuck with them because of this attitude. They want to take you down a peg. You know, he's acting like he's untouchable. He's acting like his shit don't stink. He's acting like this revenge thing, porn is no big deal. People are making more of it than what they made it. I was just gooning, chill out, it's not that big of a deal. When it is a very serious and big deal. You know, very, very serious. He's acting like it's not, and it really is. This is not some minor thing, bro. He says here the neutralized citizens one is pretty. Can people describe things? Okay, cool. That's what he said there via his chat logs. We continue on. We've got a clip here from a girl. Who's this? Her name is Denims. Another streamer called Denims, I guess, is also coming out. She's the fourth woman now, talking about her experience with Destiny. And I guess alleging that he did some super sus shit with her too. Bloody hell, bro. Now there's 4 women coming out. 2 of them are suing you. The other 2 are just talking on social media about it. This is pretty wild. Let's press play here.
So still like he has so many victims, and he has done this same shtick over and over and over again, where he reaches out, or other women reach out to him who are 18 or 19 or 20. And he does the same song and dance where he tries to use and abuse them and then discard them when it's no longer relevant or useful for him. And unfortunately, I made the mistake of not having had sex with him. And after that point, he decided to just do a full smear campaign on me.
Also, this girl didn't even fuck Destiny, and he still ended up harassing her. This guy needs to be locked up and throw away the key, mate.
And threatened to leak non-sexual. In this case, I feel like it's important to recognize that, because these people have had to deal with him leaking sexual video footage or audio footage, but then he threatened to leak non-consensual illegal recordings of
What? What's a non-consensual recording of her? Is she talking about like phone sex or something? What the fuck is that? What's a recording?
We had a conversation and he recorded it in California, which is a 2-party consent state.
Oh no.
Which you cannot record people without their consent.
If he doesn't get fucked
and then
up
threatened
over
to
this,
leak that.
And
I thought that the audio recording was of a different nature, and I was super scared. I was terrified. And that was me thinking it was something else. Like in California, yes. And since that moment, I basically didn't talk about him at all because, like I said, he is a black hole. He's a cynical piece of shit black hole whose only goal is to sexually abuse women.
Okay, cool.
A lot of women like Pixie. Women. a lot of women like Pixie.
I think Destiny's attacking my internet. He does want us to hear about his fucking degenerate behavior.
Or like Cherry, or like any of the women that he surrounds himself with. And I am very happy to see that there is finally someone who is a perfect victim, who is brave enough to come out. Does he just record everyone around him? Yes.
Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ, bro. If he ends up getting away with this, man, the industry is fucking rigged. It's unfair. It's just all over the place, isn't it? Because I'm just imagining just the first allegation alone would be enough to get most like non-white content creators cancelled forever. Don't get me wrong, it's hard to cancel someone like a Destiny because he has his own fan base, he has his own subs. I think he's got subs on Twitch, he's got sub members on YouTube. So if your fans will rock with you, it doesn't matter if you're sponsors, you're still decent, you're still okay, right? He's still doing content. I think he did a stream the other day, trying to kind of move away from the situation and just kind of act like it didn't happen, which is weird because, you know, the severity of what's going on. But I guess you got to try making money how you got to make it. But I'm just thinking, if this was somebody that didn't look the way that Destiny looks, it'd be over for you. It'd be so over for you. Really would be, because these are some serious allegations, bro. Like, god damn it, bro. This guy's a fucking menace. There's another allegation here, I'm assuming, from another person. Who's this? Right down below.
I hate Destiny. I fucking hate that.
Whoa, we didn't answer the question here.
Yeah, multiple times. We dated green spec for a long ass time, and then he fucked me over multiple fucking times. Forced women into the apartment. It's a fucking.
Okay, let's go back to the start.
I hate Destiny. I fucking hate that.
Whoa, we didn't answer the question here.
Yeah, multiple times. We dated green spec for a long ass time, and then he fucked me over multiple fucking times.
Who hasn't that guy fucked over?
He secretly records women in the apartment. It's a fucking federal. It's sorry, not federal. It's a felony.
Yeah, because he's horny.
It's a felony. No, he's a piece of shit.
Look at the guy in the background. Yeah, because he's horny. You can't excuse secretly filming people because you're horny, you fucking fuck. Even the guy in the background that's with them is a fucking degenerate. You have to be careful of that guy in the room. Yeah, he does it because he's horny. That's not an excuse, brother. You can't just be filming people because you're horny. It doesn't work that way. You get me? It really doesn't work that way.